How's it going? Welcome to this video. I don't know what this video is yet. Well, I know what it is. It's a more casual, laid-back style of video. Also, ignore my hair. I just showered. But it's a more casual, relaxed style of video. I just want to talk about a couple things that I've seen on Twitter recently. I didn't really want to write like a full script or anything like that. Maybe someday I will, but yeah, I just don't think that's what this video was going to be about. And I wanted to experiment with, some different formats and things like that. Just to see, how it works. If doing a more casual video like this, maybe once every so often, is worth it at all, or if I'm just wasting my time. But yeah, so the thing I wanted to talk to you about was the click between frames mod. I don't know if you've seen that on Twitter recently. I originally saw it from a Paco tweet that was talking about the benefits it could have or whatever. And I saw a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy around it. A lot of people were very angry because they thought it was cheating, that it made things worse. The click between frames mod, if you're unaware, basically what it does is it rewrites how Geometry Dash takes the click input from the game. There's a video out there that I'll recommend you watch. I forget who it's by, but it'll be up there in the title card. Basically, instead of the game checking every frame whether or not you clicked, it just always is checking for it. I mean, it's not literally doing that on like a technical level, but it doesn't matter. It'll always check when you've clicked. If you clicked on a specific frame, it lets you click in between frames. That's probably not a great explanation, but go watch somebody else's video for it. And a lot of people have been calling it cheating because it's not in the base game and it gives people, more accuracy. It makes them better than you could normally get in vanilla. And there's been an extreme amount of controversy. I know I've said that like 5 times, but it's because it weirds me out. Right? I don't understand why this would be like a big deal at all. Because on the one hand, okay, it's not vanilla, but if you want to draw a line and say that anything that's not vanilla is cheating and shouldn't be used, then like all of Mega Hack needs to go away. And I know there's some people that think that, but if you think that, you're probably not a creator, because Mega Hack is extremely useful for creating. Like it would be hard to imagine creating without it. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that's in that mod pack or not mod pack, but like whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? It's really good. So I can't really write anything off as cheating just because it's not in the vanilla game. And also, I know there was an FPS bypass argument back in like 2.1 before it got implemented into the game. I don't think that really applies here because the click between frames mod doesn't add any lag, right? You don't need to spend $3,000 on a good computer just to be able to render the game at 360 FPS, right? It doesn't have any lag, or at least in theory it shouldn't. Maybe like, because it's a geode mod, maybe if you get it through geode and then, geode adds some lag, I don't know. Maybe there's something somewhere, but it really shouldn't add any lag. And it makes your inputs like extremely precise. I think somebody beat something hard or got really good progress on something difficult at like 60 frames per second. Like I don't remember who that was. I'll put that up as well. Sorry, I don't remember the specifics. I just know what I want to talk about. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really get it. Paco beat Silent Clubstep using the mod, an unnerfed version of Silent Clubstep, which I think is a way more legitimate completion than the real Mike's completion, which had very slightly nerfed jumps that seem pretty intentional. So yeah, I don't really get all the outrage because, okay, so in the days of like 1.9, before everybody really knew about refresh rate and FPS being like better for your input latency, everybody was kind of playing with 60 hertz. And then, there was Riot, he came around, he was playing on 144, and that made the game run a lot smoother. And then there was like a refresh rate race, right? Everybody wanted to buy better and better monitors, and that put not only a like $200 limit to like barrier to becoming a top player, but also like a $2,500 limit because you also had to have a good computer. The FPS bypass mod just got rid of that like $200 monitor limit, which was nice, but you still had to have a really, really good computer in order to like get those kind of frame rates, because Geometry Dash is not a very well optimized game. It can't run at those speeds, especially on modern levels, very easily. So to me, what this click between frames mod does is essentially levels the playing field for people who don't have $2,500 to spend on like a decent computer, right? That can run just for running Geometry Dash. I mean, you can do other things on it too, of course, but like that would be, if you're like a top player, that's like a large majority of like why you'd be spending that kind of money. So I really don't understand it. I don't understand what people have against it. I've heard like, oh, well, because it's only available for Windows and Android, that it's unfair to Apple users. Okay, I guess, but you also can't get Mega Hack on Apple at all. And what even is the percentage of mobile iOS users in like the top level space? I bet you it's like 0. I guarantee you there's like almost no like high level iOS reps. And if there are, I mean, that sucks, but it didn't stop us from using FPS Bypass and making that legal. Like, I don't know. There's always going to be some kind of barrier. And if it's really, I think it's much better to have the barrier be the OS that you're playing the game on rather than $2,500 or $2,800 for a computer and a monitor. Yeah, I don't get the outrage. We've done this a lot. It's not in the base game. I've heard a lot of people call for it to be in the base game, which I would support. I think that's a good idea. I don't understand why RobTop can't just push out small updates like immediately. Like, why can't he just add it in to the game? I mean, it's only been a little bit, so obviously he can't do it yet. But why can't he just add it into the game and then push that as just its own update? Like, you don't even have to release multiple features in one update or wait until one update to introduce a specific feature that everybody agrees would be a good idea. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about this because I think the outrage is dumb. I don't think we need to be like up in arms over this kind of thing. I don't get it. I genuinely do not understand why people are this upset over this kind of thing. I think it's fine. I think if you use it, that's fine. I don't think it's cheating. Like, it's cheating in the sense that it's like not in the game. But the difference between cheating like by using the click between frames mod and let's say you're like a Call of Duty player using like aim hack or something like that is that one, GD is a single player game. So you're not really affecting anybody else. And two, an aim hack mod kind of goes against the philosophy of getting good at Call of Duty, right? Like, aiming is a big skill to have in any kind of shooter. You're just bypassing one of the skills that you need to have. But in Geometry Dash, the click between frames mod doesn't make you a better player. At all. You're a better player. You're only limited by the hardware that you have if you don't use the mod. So you're limited by like the fact that you can only click 60 times in 1 second or something like that, right? Like, that's a limitation. That's not, and it wasn't intended to be that way, right? RobTop didn't design the game to register, to look for a click on each frame because that's how he wanted the game to be. And he wanted that to be a skill in and of itself. He designed the game that way because that's just how he thought to check for clicks. He either couldn't or didn't know about this other method. So it doesn't negate having to get good at the actual game, right? Which is what a lot of other cheats kind of do. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. This outrage is kind of dumb. I don't understand it. I think people are mad because they just want to be mad. Every argument I've seen has just been it's cheating because it's not base game, which I don't understand how you can hold that position and be so against people using it. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have. Hopefully you guys like this more laid back style of video. I don't know if I'll do more of these. They're fun to do, but I feel like I said and the like and a lot in this video. It was probably very disorganized and things like that. But don't worry, I gotta stop saying but don't worry, I've got much more videos coming in the future. I've got a few different ones that I'm writing. It's really hard to research GD topics because there's like nowhere to find information on certain things. Certain channels are just deleted. It's so hard to find information out there that's like usable. But yeah, that's all I've got for you. I hope you liked it. Maybe we'll do more of this in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.